morning. It's my pleasure to be here to offer a brief welcome. President Kuhn wishes that he could be here. He had hoped to be here, but he actually is the co-chair of the Marin Promise Partnership, which is a collective of institutions, K-12 and us, along with community-based organizations and others. It's really looking at issues of equity within the county and helping students from the time they're born through to their careers, how we address educational inequity in the county. And he is at a Strive conference in Phoenix today representing the Marin Promise Partnership. So he wanted me to pass along his well wishes and his thanks for you coming out today to be a part of this professional development program. We are we're fortunate to have a day in the middle of the week in October to come together, to set down the tools of our trades and to interact. We've got a lot of staff and faculty in the room, and I think that today will be, more than anything, a great opportunity to interact, to share, to learn, and to really think about what it means from each of our individual roles to contribute to the success of our students. Today's been billed as an equity summit, and I think we hear the word equity increasingly. The state uses it. We have to have an equity plan, and there are equity funds. We talk about equity. I mentioned educational equity in the county. And I recently came across a definition of equity that I think really resonates for the work we do. And that is that equity is about recognizing historical and systemic disparities in both opportunities and outcomes. But it's also then providing the resources necessary to address those disparities. So that's part of what today is about, because a lot of our resources at the college are human resources, us. And so providing those resources and providing opportunities for us to come together and to talk about this is an important part of that. And of course we have many other initiatives that are focused on equity, from the Compass program, the Bridge program, Humanities 101, the library textbook program, Zero Cost Textbook Initiative, Puente, Umoja, on and on and on. A lot of effort put toward helping to eliminate disparities in both opportunities and outcomes. And that's very important here in Marin County. In Marin County, 90% of high schoolers graduate from high school. But if you're low income or if you're a student of color, you only stand about a 30% chance of having completed the A to G curriculum, which is the curriculum you need for entry into UC and CSU. You're very unlikely to actually complete any college credits as a concurrently enrolled high school student. And of course, that's what Compass is about, to flip the script on that. And once you come to college, you're also much less likely to be successful, particularly in remedial math and English. And that's the importance of a day like today, is for us to come together to talk about those things, to celebrate the things that are working, to talk also about the things that aren't, and to use our collective brain power and willpower to improve. And that really is professional development. So what I'd like to do now is acknowledge the folks on the Professional Development Committee, because days like today don't just magically happen, right? So if you're on the Professional Development Committee or a part of helping bring today together, will you please just raise your hand? Let's give you a round of applause. I would also say big thanks to everyone, Lisa, Dave, and a bunch of others with the theater. Obviously, The Little Prince, or The English Patient, I'm not sure which, is about to premiere here, I think this weekend. Hopefully it's The Little Prince. It's an honor to be able to be in the theater using it while it's being prepped. And I think from the set alone should make us all want to come back this weekend and attend the play. I want to give a particular shout out to one person who has lived and breathed professional development and helped all of us do our work better, and that is Beth Patel. And Beth is going to come up here now, and she's going to introduce our presenters and facilitators, who we're very fortunate to have make the trip up from Southern California to join us. So, Beth.
Good morning. It's great to see everybody. I am so excited about today and about the presenters that we have with us. We've got two women from Southern California that have come up, Arnita Porter and Paula Brown, and they are our people. They are both faculty members at a community college. Arnita teaches business at West LA College, and Paula is in the kinesiology and health education department at LA Harbor College. And so they know who we are. They know the kinds of students that we have. They know the issues that we face. And I'm excited about them coming here and sharing some of that with us today. So thank you so much. I first heard Paula and Arnita about a year and a half ago at a conference, and then had the opportunity to spend some time with them this summer. And they both have very impressive resumes that I'm not going to go into, but I will say they have a passion for equity. They have a passion for our students. They have a passion for relating to those students in a culturally appropriate way. And those are some of the things that they're going to be sharing with you today. I'm going to have them come up in just a moment, and they'll be presenting until 10 o'clock. When they get finished and we say thank you to that, I'm going to take just a couple of minutes just to kind of talk about the rest of the day and what that's going to look like. So without further ado, Paula and Arnita, thank you.
Good morning. Why are y'all so far away? I'm just wondering, like, all these empty seats here. We don't bite? Maybe. So I'm Arnita.
And I'm Paula Brown. Good morning. It's a light.
You get two people, why not two like that?
Can't speak into the light.
So, we're going to, I'm hoping, move this along. So Beth is going to go over this information later regarding the schedule. So we're just going to jump right into our session. Can you all hear me?
No.
So I have to get my boundaries together, make sure I don't, trip here. And yes, I want your stuff. I like to move around when I talk, so I have to just kind of stand here at the microphone. Or if I move out, I'll just project my voice since we're in a theater. So we're from 3CSN, and 3CSN is a professional learning organization. Excuse my voice. We say learning rather than development because we believe that learning is ongoing, and with respect to development, you can develop into something and then you stop. But with learning, it's ongoing, so we prefer to use that to describe the work that we do. And we basically, excuse me, focus on creating communities of practice that fosters change using professional learning to create, to transform institutions. I guess that's the better way of saying it. So we look at things such as institutional redesigns, increasing student access, equity. Everything we do is grounded in equity, and definitely focusing on helping our students to complete. With respect to our theory of change, we use action research methodologies, and we know that if we come together, networking, collaborating, that's going to create powerful learning, which will communicate in terms of the work that we do. It will inform the work that we do on our campuses, and again, we're always moving towards institutional transformation. So the work that we do focuses around a shared problem with respect to establishing our communities of practices. And we like to create a shared vision of what's possible in terms of how do we address this issue that we're all concerned about, and then leading to creating practitioners who focus on the problem. So some of our communities of practice include Reading Apprenticeship. Have you all heard of Reading Apprenticeship? Do you all use? How many in here use Reading Apprenticeship? Great, great, great. Threshold Project, Habits of Mind. How many of you use Habits of Mind? Yeah. The Equity Project, and also the Learning Assistance Project, which focuses on professionalizing tutoring. Are any of you involved with the Learning Assistance Project? Yeah. No? We have a great conference called Tutor Expo that happens both in the North and in the South. So it's really wonderful where it's really led by the students. They do the presentations, and it focuses on peer-to-peer mentoring, and it's actually our biggest conference that we have besides the Silly. So, with respect to our goals,
Okay, so our goals for today is to provide you an overview of an equity embedded framework, and that's what we'll be talking about. We're also going to discuss how equity and culturally responsive teaching and learning, the principles and practices can be used to deepen your practice and to support campus goals and address the achievement gaps.
so we know that there are a lot of initiatives. Anybody experiencing initiative fatigue? Any of y'all? No?
And they love it. Okay, good.
Well, we do know that these initiatives are important because the goal is student success. The goal is making sure that our students make it through our educational process, that they matriculate, that they achieve the goals that they have set for themselves, and that they move forward in their lives, whether it be transferring to a four-year institution, as well as acquiring the certificates or the degrees that they came here to obtain, and helping them in the workforce. So we know that there are lots of initiatives, SSSP, Basic Skills, Student Equity, and now BSOT, but we also know that we're now moving towards this notion of integrated planning. Are you all involved with integrated planning? Yes? Okay. So we know that we're taking all of these initiatives and we're looking for these convergent points. We're looking to see where we are maybe doing some of the same things in the various areas, and looking to see that how can we make sure that we don't duplicate the work that we're doing, that we can come together on these specific points and make sure that the work that we are doing helps our students matriculate through the process. The main thing for me about integrated planning is student equity is a part of it, but for me, student equity should be at the core of it all, so that you have student equity involved, whether you're looking at SSSP, whether you're looking at Basic Skills, BSOT, and any of the other initiatives. Now we're looking at guided pathways. What else is coming down the pipe? What else? Anything else? This can be an interactive, experience. It doesn't just have to be us talking. So we might need you all to shout out some things once in a while. So please don't be shy. But any other initiatives or things coming down the pipe that you can think of, or that you're currently working on? Okay, student learning outcomes. What else? Okay. Anything else? Common assessment. Okay, so y'all are awake. Okay, the breakfast is here. Okay, y'all are here. All right. So let's look at a quick snapshot of our community college system. A lot of campuses, right? Lots of students, 2.1 million students, more than actually. Our students are from diverse backgrounds, majority female, state's primary entry point into college, and we're looking at delivering CTE, workforce training, adult education, so on and so forth. And these efforts, particularly over the past 5 years, have been used to reform
We should have got more than that.
And one of the things that
Oh, yeah, good try. Good try.
I wanted to jump to, I'll jump a slide and then come back to it. But are you all familiar with this, the Vision for Success? Yes? No? So the Chancellor, God bless him, has some great goals that have been set up for us. And this was just released, I think it was last month or maybe a couple of months ago, but it is our system's vision for success. And these goals are to be in place by 2022. So basically increasing degrees and certificates by 20%, increasing transfers to the UCs and the CSUs by 35%, decreasing the average number of units for associate degrees from 87 to 79, increasing the percent of gainfully employed CTE students. This is a big one. Reduce equity gaps and cut achievement gaps by 20% within 5 years. And then fully close those gaps within 10 years. So how y'all gonna do that? Right? Okay, and then reduce regional achievement gaps in colleges located in regions with the lowest educational attainment of adults, fully closing those gaps within a 10-year period. So we're talking when? Like 10 years from now. So basically we've been doing this work all along, trying to reduce these gaps. Addressing student success for years, but now we're looking at doing this in 10 years. How many of you all think that's possible? Just two of y'all? Okay. So the rest of y'all are on board, like, let's go, right? Is that how we should read this? Right? Can you guys? All right. So, again, I think it's a great goal. We think it's a great set of goals. When I think about the amount of work it's going to take to reduce these equity gaps in 10 years, I'm exhausted already. I'm exhausted already. But the beautiful thing is the work has already started. You all are a great example of the work that's being done to eliminate equity gaps. I was talking to Jonathan about Compass, which I'm really, really excited about, and some of the other programs that you all have here at Marin. Particularly, as I mentioned to you, Jonathan, I really appreciate the setup that you have for providing books for students that are in that program. Because what we've noticed in Southern Cal is with our College Promise program, it's like, great, we're telling students that, yeah, you can come to college for free, but we all know that books, right? If you can't afford the books, then how can you really participate fully, and how can you really take advantage of what's being offered if you can't afford a $200 textbook? Which that is another, thing for me anyway, because why are books $200 for students who come to our campuses? But let me not get on the subject. So anyway, I applaud your efforts in that, and hopefully that we can, we can look at your model and use that in other areas that are embarking upon College Promise. So, just a quick snapshot of what's being done here around student equity, some of your efforts. I shouldn't say I'm assuming, but I am going to assume that you all are familiar with your student equity plan and the efforts that you are engaged in here to move the needle forward around student equity, and so that you're familiar with the success indicators, which are access, course completion, ESL and basic skills completion, degree and certificate completion, and transfer. Those are the success indicators, and then you're looking at that and seeing where the students that you serve, where the gaps fall. And we're looking at gender, ethnicity, foster youth, students with disabilities, low income, and veterans. And then what activities are included in your plan to address these gaps that these particular students are experiencing here at Marin. So that's just a quick snapshot of student equity here at Marin. And again, there are a lot of activities that I've read in your plan that are taking place, and some of the information that Jonathan has shared with us as well.
Okay, so when we're speaking about equity, we all know the whole issue with equality, equity, right? Okay, so for equity, we're looking at giving each student exactly what they need to succeed. Some students need more than others, but we're looking at what does each individual student need. We're looking at raising the achievement gap of all students. The achievement of all students, and definitely want to narrow that gap. Eliminating racial predictability. When we look at this data, we've looked at it for years, and we've seen the same kind of numbers. Now it's time to do some work to actually eliminate this. As far as educational equity, educators will be providing all students with their individual support that they need to reach and exceed. So when I walk in a classroom, I'm looking at each student as being successful. And then I'm looking at what can I do to alter my curriculum, change what I'm doing, change how I'm doing it. How does this student learn? How does that student learn? What can I give them to help them succeed? Institutionally, the educational policies, processes, practices, all of these should guarantee that the faculty and staff have what they need to help close the equity gap as well. As you can see on the side, there are some books that give great information about equity in colleges and how we can achieve this.
And we'll also be, can you all hear me if I project me off the microphone? So, somebody say no? Yeah. Oh, okay, very good. Oh. Thanks. So, one of the things that at Parliament, you see resources on some of the slides on the side, but at the end of the presentation, you have a list of additional resources, and so you all will receive a copy of the PowerPoint so that you can check out some of the work that we use to inform what we do as equity practitioners.
Okay, so we're looking at, we know that our students have many challenges. We're looking at helping our students rise above the things that are holding them back. Whether it's finances, being a first-gen student, negative perceptions of their academic potential. There are a lot of things that are going on with our students as they come on campus. Us being aware of that and helping them to rise above those difficulties is what we're doing.
You know what, I kind of feel like, okay, don't take this the wrong way, but I kind of feel like, you know how Trump was moving behind Hillary when she was talking? Lurking. So I'm just trying to stay over here, so I'm like, so we know what's happening with DACA, right? We know what's going on with that, and we know that what we have to do is make sure that our students feel safe, that they know that they are protected by us, and the main thing is for us to be informed about what's happening with our students, so that we can provide information to them to help them through this period, because they're nervous, they're scared. And it's not just students, it's families, it's faculty. It's, I think we're all being impacted by this. And so it's good to be informed about what's happening with our students so that we can help to inform them and empower them and hopefully help to alleviate their fears, because we know that if you're in is a vulnerable space anyway. So when there are other things going on, like fear, stereotype threat, and some of the other barriers that we'll talk about down the line, it's difficult for our students to be at their best. So our goal as equity practitioners, whether you're faculty, whether you're staff, wherever you are in the institution, our goal is to be informed, to make sure that we can empower our students to help them forward their lives. So, again, being informed, maybe having information that you can pass on to them. The ACLU has a lot of information. They just developed a mobile app, which I love. There's a mobile app where students can have this in their phone, of course, it's mobile. But should they need any information, should they need to contact anyone, it's right there at their fingertips. So these are some of the things that, we can provide to our students. I know in our district, LCCD, we printed out little cards to give to our students that informs them of their rights and gives them information, phone numbers, things of that nature that's going to help them in case something, God forbid, comes up. So also, another big thing that we're dealing with right now is helping our students who are LGBTQ and providing tips and information for our transgender students, for that community. Are you informed? Do you know what they need? Do you know who's in your classroom or in your program? What kind of things can you do to help them feel more included in our classes? So there is lots of information around this, and we'll include this with the PowerPoint. There'll be documents of information that you can print out that will also help you as equity practitioners. So that's like an example of the tip sheet for transgender inclusion that will be included at the end of the PowerPoint. So, but one of the quick things, like for instance, you can, on your syllabus, right, state what your pronoun is. So that is a signal to students that you are aware of this. You can even ask them, what pronoun do they prefer to use? What name do they prefer to be called by? Real quick, just to share something with you. There's a program called Name Coach. Can you all hear me? Okay, great. So there's a program called Name Coach, and it was invented by this young gentleman out of Stanford who actually was at his sister's graduation. His family had flown over from India, London, a lot of different places. And when she walked across the stage and she was getting her degree, they mispronounced her name. So his whole family was just completely upset and devastated because that was just such an important moment for them. And so he got the idea. I always like to say, just kind of like he downloaded the idea. And he created this program where students can record their names, right? And then this is uploaded to your roster. So you get to hear the correct pronunciation of your student's name. They can also select their gender preference and provide you with the name that they would like to be called by and the pronoun that they would like to use. So this is huge because it helps students to feel included. It lets them know that we care about pronouncing their names correctly. Hello. But it also shows that, we're looking to be inclusive in our daily practice, right? Because we know that welcoming students to our campuses is a big thing. The students feel more welcome and included. They're more likely to be excited about coming here and staying here. And we definitely want them to stay. We don't want them to stay 6 or 7 years, right? Because we know that that's the statistic, right? About 6 years is the average. But while they're here, we want them to know that we appreciate them being here, we value them, we want to nurture them, and we want them to succeed. And so making them feel welcome by something as simple as pronouncing their names correctly or acknowledging who they are or who they have declared themselves to be, that's very important. So we're using Name Coach with OER. I'm also the equity coordinator for the online education initiative. So we're starting to implement Main Coach in some of the online classes that we use, but Whitfield just rolled it out this fall. Stanford rolled it out last year, and it's happening at a lot of different campuses. So, check it out, maincoach.com, I think. Okay, I'm gonna
Okay, that's great. Wouldn't it be amazing if, for some way or the other, I could remember everybody's name and I called you out individually? The warm, fuzzy feeling correctly? Warm, fuzzy feeling. Okay, so we're looking at how do we usually think, what was the norm, kind of a deficit mindset. Our students, we said, okay, look at the data. It must be because they don't know the information, they didn't learn it, they're really not motivated, all the negative stuff we always said. And we find that if this is true, and we keep focusing in that realm, we'll never make change. So what we're looking at is a more equity-minded framework, or equity-minded. We need to be thinking, we need to know about the fact that yes, there's diversity. We need to focus on those that are capable of making change. We need to focus on the effort that we put forth as far as making these changes. Yes, the data tells us one thing, but why is this occurring and what can we do to move it forward? We need to assume the responsibility for the elimination of inequity, especially if we only have 10 years. We can't wait any longer. It's time, right? It's time.
I have a quick question, just to throw it out to the group. What are some of the labels, what are some of the names that we use when we're referring to our students? Yeah. Okay. All right. That's good.
Got it.
Okay. Anybody else? Unprepared? Okay. What else? Somebody said kids?
Kids, wow.
Kids, okay. But kind of true when you're talking about the high school folks, right? But still, students, we like that. What else? And we're thinking like deficit-minded. What else? Not motivated. What else? Unprepared. Okay. Anything else? What is it? Low skills. Low skills. Okay. Say that again? Disorganized. Low income. Low income. Bad attitude. Undocumented. Anything else? Millennial. Why does that have such a dirty ring to it? I don't know why. Okay, millennial. Millennial.
And they know it has a dirty ring. They know it.
Anything else? Lazy. Okay. Hardworking. Is that deficit? What? Great. Great. Okay. Is that deficit? Follow the rules. Follow the rules. Okay. So in terms of the deficit, some of the things that you all called out, what kind of feeling tone is around those things? Negative. How does that make you feel? How would that make you feel if you were a student and you knew that those things were floating around and falling on you whenever you walked into a classroom or a program? Okay. Pressed, alienated, okay. Marginalized, okay. Nervous, okay. Unwanted. Okay. Mad as hell, that's me. What else? Guilty?
Yeah.
Misunderstood. Intimidated. Okay, so what are we working with? We've got these labels floating around, right? This is how we think about our students. Maybe not, but this is what's floating out there. We might not think it personally, maybe some folks do, I don't know. But we know that it's there, right? We know that some of that language has been institutionalized, right? You see it in the work, you see it in the documents, you see it in the policies. So take that, and then we're looking at how does that make you feel, and how do you think that makes students feel, right? And then we're talking about all this happening when folks are trying to learn and further their lives. Does that create barriers, maybe? Right? Okay, so if we were looking at reimagining our students, seeing them from a place of being already successful because they got here every day, they show up, try. What would that look like? What would be some of the labels that we would, or the words we would use to describe that? Come with me now. Everybody just holler down something. Okay. So, determined, dedicated, motivated, resilient, what's this? Willing, inspired, survivors, hopeful. Okay. What else? Tenacious, hard-working. Yes, give it to me, y'all. Come on. This is good. This is good. So, if we can, what did I hear over here? Ambitious. Right? So, if we could make the leap, because we expect our students to make the leap all the time, right? But what if we make the leap and start there? I've had students walk up to me and say, I'm low income, Dr. Porter. I'm like, no, you're not. You might have some financial challenges, but don't accept that label that folks are putting on you. Because how, do you want to walk around feeling like you're low income? Really? How would that make you feel? Poor. Right. And we know that a lot of stuff goes along with that poor label. So think about how we refer to our students. Think about what labels we put on them. Think about the feeling tones behind the label. Think about what's behind the label. Where does that even come from? Take it deeper. Why is it that we're only using these particular words, phrases, labels to refer to a certain group of students? Why is that? Where does that come from? And why are we so comfortable doing it? Yes. What other word could you come up with? What kind of feeling tone could you put around it even if you use that word? Sometimes it's deeper than the label. Because if we approach someone who might be homeless, right? Sometimes we have all this stuff operating in us, these biases that come up because they're homeless. So what if we shifted that? To come from a place of compassion, it's going to have a different energy field and tone around it. That's what I'm saying. So the purpose of the equity framework at the institution as a whole and determine whether we're dealing with instruction, whether we're dealing with the delivery of student services, whether we're dealing with the overall campus environment. Where are the gaps? But what are the policies and what are the practices that might be creating these gaps? And then what are the activities, what are the new policies and practices and strategies we can come up with to address these inequities? But we're also talking about shifting this blame from the student to the institution. That's what we're not always willing to do. They don't do this, they're not this, not enough, under, low, whatever. This. So how can we turn it towards us and say, what are we doing that's helping to create this environment that they don't seem to be able to succeed in? And where can we make shifts in our classrooms, in the delivery of our student services, in the overall campus environment? Do they feel safe and welcome when they step onto your campus? I know we're not talking about Marin, because Marin is cool. Y'all doing a great job. I'm just saying in general. So that's the purpose of having a framework. You're going to look at the institution through an equity lens. You're going to view everything you do through an equity lens. And that basically means, regardless of where that student steps on campus, that the services are there to give the student what he or she needs to succeed. Right? Can we agree on that? I don't want to see a lot of people in my amen corner. What's wrong with y'all?
And you see how it begins with the change in our mindset. We've all been socialized the same way. We all have that same kind of mindset. It has to shift, and it can happen.
So we do this process through appreciative income. So I said, Lynn's already doing the work, doing a great job. You all familiar with appreciative income? Okay. So basically we're saying that let's look at what we're already doing that's working. And then let's take it further. Let's do more. Because we find that when we start from a deficit place, right, referring to us, we get all freaked out and we don't want to do anything else. Because we feel we're being attacked. And we work hard. I was sitting in our Senate meeting the other day, last week, and one of my colleagues said, we're a failing institution. I was like, we're a what? And she just sat there and, let that ring out and fall on everybody else. And I could see the horror in everyone's face, but no one was willing to challenge her. And I just thought, oh, hell no, I work hard. You're not just going to say we're a failing institution like that, but I know that not just me, we all work really, really hard every day to do what we can to help our students succeed. We work hard. We work long hours. We put in more than we're supposed to. But we work really, really hard for our students and for our institution. So I don't want to hear that we're a failing institution. I don't think we're that. We might have some issues, we might have some challenges, but we're not a failing institution. I have to push back on that. And from now on, I'd like for you to use the appreciative inquiry process when you refer to our institution. So, but that's what I was thinking, because appreciative inquiry, we're starting with, we're going to appreciate what we do best, what's working. We're going to start there. Then we're going to dream and imagine what we could be. How could it be better? What can we do? How can we scale it? I was asking Jonathan about Compass. Are we scaling that? Right? Looking at what we already do that's good, that's working, that's helping our students to succeed, and then dreaming about what could we do, and then determine what it should be. What else should it be? And then you're looking to create what will be, based upon the work that you put into it. You're always working towards the destiny. And then you move back to discovery, because once you meet that, it's like, okay, great, what's next? What else can we do? I think that feels better than we're a failing institution. Right? Has a different tone on it. And I'm more motivated by that than I am by we're a failing institution. That motivates me to work hard. So, if we're looking for problems, we're going to find problems. And if we look for what's best and we learn from that, then we can go from there. So that's the gist of appreciative inquiry. And we use that approach when we're looking at campuses through an equity lens. When we're looking at the classroom, when we're looking at student services, when we're looking at the overall campus environment.
Okay, we're looking at an equity embedding framework for student success. What does that mean? That means that everywhere on campus, we're looking through an equity lens. We're doing that through instruction. We're looking at the campus culture. What is the culture on your campus? If you were to think about the culture of the campus, what is it? Just a thought. We're also looking at the institution as a whole. What kind of policies, practices that we have on campus, and is it directed through an equity lens? How are we delivering student services? All of this through the practice that we participate in, the way we interact with the students, everything should come from and through equity.
What is the campus culture here? What would y'all say it is? Don't be scared. What is it?
It's a good question, something to think about.
Commuters? Okay. Because we know the culture, there are a lot of identities around culture, right? It's not just one thing. But what would you say are some of the words that would describe your culture? White? Okay. Inclusive? I guess somebody said nah. Did I hear that or?
Was it a statement or a question?
Mixed. Anything else? Yes. Intense caring person.
I like that.
Nice. What else? Say that again. All people need to fill out in terms of working or in terms of students? Students. What's the average here? what we focus on when we're doing this work with both trained and culturally responsive teaching, we added learning, PCSND, based upon what I explained earlier. So when we look at CRTL, we use the modules that focus on culture and race. We look at mindsets and learning. We look at learning barriers such as unconscious bias, microaggressions, stereotype threat, white privilege. We look at social capital and learning. How do we teach students what they already have and who they are and the circles that they're in? How can they use that to their advantage to help them succeed? And when we're looking at culture, we're looking at all the different identities, but mainly focusing on looking at your student equity plans, looking to see what students you are, I don't want to say targeting, but that you've identified in your plan, that you're working towards eliminating those gaps. So we also need to think about cultural competence versus cultural humility. I mean, they're familiar with cultural competence. What does that mean? Okay. But can you really know everything about a culture? Some people, step up and say, I'm culturally competent about it. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you really know and have a deep understanding of that culture. You may have some intellectual information around it, but not a deep awareness of the day-to-day. Right? So when we look at cultural humility, that comes from a different space. That's saying that you're able to step back and say, I don't know everything about your culture, but please show me and teach me. I'm willing to learn. And it's looking at that dynamic of power. Because sometimes when we're competent, then we become, the all-knowing, the almighty. But when we come from a space of humility, it means that we're acknowledging your humanity, what you bring to the table, and we're willing to say we don't know and allow them to learn without it. Different dynamic. I'm going to keep moving through this very quickly because I'm we didn't start it. Okay, but we're going to move. So when we focus on CRTL, we look at the principles of CRTL, and the book Dream Keepers, Gloria Ladson-Gillings, have done a lot of work around this. So the principles that are in this book, as well as others, we use this information to inform the work. So we also look, for example, at who you serve. This is just an example. So if you're an HSI, we know that you're not an HSI, you haven't been designated as an HSI. We know that there's a movement towards that. But we look at who your students are and come up with strategies to help inform you as to how to support your students. So if we're looking at first generation, right? Student athletes, just the different cultures on your campus, international students. What kind of things can you put in place in your daily practice to assist these students? So again, I'm going to move quickly so we can wrap it up. So again, if we're looking at learning barriers, we're looking at unconscious bias, microaggressions, stereotype threat. And when we get to the sessions in the afternoon, we don't know now, right? We'll be focusing on stereotypes, the effects of it, and then how do we respond to some of these learning barriers. So this will be available for you all to look at. This focuses on assumptions that we believe we have about our students, and then what the reality of those assumptions are, and what recommendations. This also talks about different examples of activities that we do to address the learning barriers, how do we apply equity in the classroom, looking at working students for urban education. The focus is on designing, right, your classrooms and your programs with equity in mind. Then how can we redesign the syllabus so that equity is embedded in the syllabus? So we're going to wrap this up, but as we move forward, we want you to think about how equity-minded principles and practices support your goals. Also, listen for strategies and activities that can help you in your daily practice. And then allies. Who are the folks around you that support you, that you can align with and collaborate with to help you reach not only your personal goals as educators, but being in alignment with the institution itself. I think that time is long, but it is time for a bio break, right? And then you're gonna.
Everybody's got the same ticket, but these are actually